This for the right to face Josh Kane in the semi later on this afternoon. Callum Singleton breaks stride to kick things off and enter the Tommy gun. Two really talented, still young players. I'm not sure Callum would consider himself young anymore, but I'm similar-ish age, and well, I'm going to call him young. It makes me feel better about myself. Tom Jones definitely on the nippier side of things, still in his 20s, one of the younger players on the tour, and a huge talent that is just starting to bear a little bit of fruit. We've seen him for the last few years improve almost every time we see him, and he's now at a level where he's capable of going at the best players in the world and trying to take down and win tournaments. He does not lack for self-confidence. Plays in an eye-catching manner. It's called by Mick Hill the fifth Beatle. The way that he sort of rock-starred his way around the table, he really bounces about, hair flying everywhere, aggressive cue action. Very watchable player. And he's played some beautiful stuff in this tournament. He was 5-0 in the groups and looked brilliant. And came straight through into the last 32. Wanted a cider against Christy Caulfield, 8-7, which must have been absolutely box office to watch with those two. 7-6 down he was as well. And moments like that in tournaments can just sort of flip the switch a little bit. Went into the last 16 where he faced Aaron Davies in a match we were talking about a little bit earlier. Roared into a 4-0 start, got pegged back, edged it in the end 6-5 on the match clock, and here we are in the quarter-final against Callum Singleton. He will be very focused, little Tommy gun. And he's been really clear from sort of ball 1 or 2 here about what his plan is.
I think it's been fantastic the whole weekend.
Yep.
Had Danny Bolshaw in with me yesterday from up in Crosby, and obviously he plays Danny's club, him and Declan, and he's actually looking, oh, would you believe it?
Did not see that coming.
And Danny's dream is like for Tom and Declan to be in the final would be.
Could happen.
But
not if he keeps missing balls like that.
Not expecting that, and that's just what we had the game when he played Aaron Davies last night, and he stormed into the 4-0 lead. And then Aaron, of course, being the gritty, determined character that he is, staged a bit of a fight back, and it was a bit of a stumble over the line in the end, but that makes it sound like it wasn't a great match. It was a fabulous match to watch because it was to-ing and fro-ing, and you know there's a lot of emotion out there as well.
Oh, I don't know about this. Feels like a risk.
It's tough. I mean,
it is, but
looking at it, I'll tell you now. Well, he's going twice. I think I'll play a 𝗪𝗁, or I'd attempt it, or into the jaws at the bottom left, go up. That's close.
This is a great effort. Oh my goodness, Tom Jones, what have you done? What a shot that is! He's on the 8-ball, and this is the bit of Callum's shot that I didn't love. Was I think he wanted to but didn't cover the 8-ball to the bottom left corner pocket. This goes. He wanted to hide it with the yellow as an insurance policy. Didn't quite manage it. Could it come back to bite him? Oh, it won't. It won't. And Callum Singleton breathes an almighty sigh of relief, because this is now an incredibly presentable chance to win the opening frame. That would have been a dagger early on from Tom Jones if he'd have pulled that 8-ball out of the fire. It was a hell of a red that he made. Have a look at this.
Brilliant shot.
For me, it's about how well he's judged the pace and the slide of that. Really, really beautiful work. Amazing shot. It did leave him such a tricky 8-ball. And I suppose to your point before he played that shot, Tony, Callum justified in his decision.
Yeah.
Played the percentages, laid against Tom getting out from the position he was in, and, well, that came up for him.
So this black for Singleton takes the lead after the drama of Tom Jones potting that last red and then missing the black ball. But Callum did what he had to do. Mops them up and he takes the opening frame.
Tom Jones to play. Chain 1, thank you.
Love that break from Tom Jones. Him and Phil Parkin have a very similar break. So they pull the cue back and then they sort of just lift a bit away from the table, and it's like a very quick slam into the balls, and it's a successful break as well. The only problem here for Tom is that the layout isn't great. He made his ball, but a very tricky looking table for Jones to deal with. I had to get that yellow away from the red, but he's landed glued to the ball he wanted to be able to pot next. And that, I think, will bring an end to this visit at the table, I think, for Tom. Don't know if you can see the red that's nearest the right cushion to cut it into the corner, but I think he's... Yeah, it's a containing shot coming. Obviously touching ball there on that red.
Yeah, and I like the way he's messed up that yellow. Made it a difficult frame to win here for Callum Singleton.
Very quickly, Callum removes the black ball from that yellow. Nice shot there from Callum. He's come far enough now where he could play the yellow. That's the furthest to the right into that bottom corner. Hold. Was it the yellow that's the lowest out, the two near each other into the bottom left. Now this is the shot now. Does he try and come round the angles and leave that yellow in the corner? Does he just pop this in? I think he probably just pops it in and brings the cue ball back a little bit and plays the yellow into the centre. He needs to give himself an angle. Now then, how's this angle? He needs to push the cue ball through. Wants to get the cue ball north of that left centre pocket so he can play the other yellow down into the bottom left-hand corner. But you need to be able to top it through enough. It might be that he has to go all the way to the top rail and come down. Ooh. Well, he's taking on a very, very tough ball here. He'd have liked that a bit straighter on the last yellow where he could have got through and nearer to the left-hand side cushion, but this is a huge shot.
No, not particularly close.
Always gonna be tough, that. Very thin cut down the rail, good effort. But now this is very important for Tom Jones. Lets himself the angle. Get across the table now and get rid of that red that's nearest the black spot. That looks pretty good. Red up the rail next. Last red into the top right and bringing the cue ball all the way down to play that black in the centre.
Tom's going to win this frame off the back of that shot that he played when he turned the table over. Or at least he should do. It's not given the frame before he's gone and won it. It's a good shot.
Yeah, and he's got choice of how he wants to play this to get the cue ball down. He could punch it round the angles and come down, or he can go straight off the top rail. All about preference. Preference was to come off the top rail, and he's played that to absolute perfection.
Yeah, lovely. So I'll say what I was saying a moment ago. He's won that frame essentially off the back of the shot that he played, where he made that yellow just horrible, tied it up with the 8 ball, and Callum's had a really good go at developing it all out, but it was just really tough. Both players on the board, one each. Remember, we've got Phil Harrison and Declan Brennan still to come. Sean Storey and Liam White round out our quarter-final lineup. Semis get underway from 6. I should also mention that the Women's European Open is on at the moment as well. They're in their loser qualification rounds. Quarter-final lineup currently sits at Kersley Davies, Sophie Gibbs-Nichols, Becky Watkins, and one of Tilly Edwards and Kerry Griffiths. Becky Watkins, by the way, beating Marion Jude 6-4 in the winners' qualification round earlier today. Brilliant result that for Becky. Dumped Marion Jude into a losers' qualification match with Sarah Waite. That losers' quali round looks absolutely ridiculous. 𝗔 Championnet versus Barbara Taylor, Danielle Randall, Vicky Lomax, Sarah Waite, Marion Jude, and Kelly Egan awaits the loser of Tilly Edwards and Kerry Griffiths. That's pretty stacked.
Yeah. Well, Savannah Lowe, I think, beat Danielle Randall in the very first round and put her into the losers section in a 6-5 classic. So Savannah was chatting to us last night, and she broke and dished at 5 each.
Yeah, and Danielle's had to win 3 matches to get herself back into that round. Savannah eventually fell last night, 5-0 defeat to 𝗟𝗏𝗿 in the losers round 3. But a big shout out to Becky Watkins, wins the Women's Pro Series title and her first one, and huge result for her. But to come and sort of back that up and get straight to the quarterfinal, beat Marion Jude in the process.
Yeah.
Hugely impressive performance so far from Beck Star, but work, of course, still to be done. Kersley Davies, Sophie Gibbs-Nichols, Becky Watkins, the 3 women through already to the quarterfinals. And one of Kerry Griffiths and Tilly Edwards will join them there. And then their opponents are drawn from the losers qualification round, which looks like 𝗔 Champagnet, Barbara Taylor, Danielle Randall, Vicky Lomax, 𝗟𝗏𝗿, Marion Jude, Kelly Egan, and the loser of the last winners qualification match still being played, Tilly Edwards and Kerry Griffiths.
Tom looking to play a double across and a loss of turn shot here.
It's not a bad effort.
It's made it all sticky down there, that's for sure. That's a better loss of turn shot. Obviously doing that and also putting Callum a little bit in the mire. He's turned this frame round very well, Jones. See Callum having to knock that red clearly out the way of that yellow because he has to make contact with the cushion after contact. So now Tom Jones has these yellows in a more open position. I think he can take the outside one into the top one. Probably both go into that top right-hand corner. So he's going to have a little dip. We're not far, we're probably going to be close to 20 minutes in, and after 3 frames in this match, so quite a big chunk of time being used in this second quarter-final. Tom Jones looks to play a plant, which he makes. How's the other yellow going to be? It's fine. Wants a bit of angle so he could pop that yellow into the bottom right and screw the cue ball between red and black diagonally through that gap and get up the table to have the yellow into the bottom left. Black will be easy as well if he gets behind it. He's gone off the rail. I'd rather play the screw shot there. Tom obviously thought he could naturally come off the cushion and then come out for that yellow, but it's come a little bit far to the right, and then, as you can all see, he's clunked into that red. Can he double this? He certainly can.
Oh, how's the line?
How's the cue ball? Well, it's going to have to come off the side cushion. He's going to have to play a kick shot. Looks very disappointed with that.
Yeah, it's tough to take. It was a brilliant double. Oh, that was in the middle, you know. Oh, that was flying in the middle. Not sure if it would have got there with the red and the cue ball, obviously, which contacted it in the end. Brilliant double that. And he's really tried to swing it around for that 8 ball. He's a little unlucky to find
The side on the cue ball has pinged that round at that angle. So it would have come a little bit wider and he might have had a shot at that black, but Callum Singleton now. He's going to eat up this opportunity. This for 2-1. Down it goes. Singleton back in front. And over 20 minutes of the match lock has disappeared. And 3 frames been played.
Yeah, not a lot. Been testy this, hasn't it?
Tom Jones. 22-1.
Jones break. Very good again. Makes a couple of balls. Bit better split this time than he had on his last break. Very quickly takes reds, nudges that one out. Nice angle to come down the table. And this could well be the quickest frame of this match if Tom Jones was to complete a finish. Big shot here. Rushing gently into the corner for Tom. He's played that perfection. Gets to the red now that's next to the black into the centre. The other 2 reds are dangling. Black ball. You'll be able to pot it with your shoe from wherever you land on the table there, really. And this is going to be 2 each. Birkenhead bomber ready to level things up.
I like that one.
Boom, in it goes. Tom Jones fires straight back at Callum Singleton. We are level once again here in Newcastle under Lyme at the Players' Lounge.
Yeah, 2 each, and still a mighty long way to go in this match. But also, by that same token, there's not a mighty long way to go because a huge chunk of match clock has been chewed up for 4 frames.
Well, that was way fastest frame by by a country mile.
They're going to need a few more of that, a few more like that, to sort of just avoid the match clock becoming too much of a thing. And sometimes the balls dictate that.
Yeah, I mean, they're hitting the brakes well, and they're making the ball off the brake. They're just getting some sticky layouts, and there's nothing they can do. And you're not just going to go willy-nilly charge it through the balls and leaving your opponent up with easy finishes. I mean, that's a very good break there from Callum. Now, these are the sort of layouts you want, but I'm just trying to look now for the first ball. You kind of get drawn towards yellows there, but I think he's going to have to take reds. Purely for the starting ball, he can get a red into the left-hand centre. You look at the yellows and there's no starting ball, so it will have to be reds for Callum.
Threaded the needle there.
Yeah, it's those 2 balls on the rail. That's, I mean, you can get to the bottom one. There's plenty of room there, but you get to the bottom one, you've still got to come back for the other one, and that's really the factor that would make you choose yellows if you could have knocked in the yellow ball initially. Yeah, that was never ever going in. Hit that one too chunky. So, Tom Jones with an opportunity. That yellow that's sandwiched between the black and the red will go into the bottom right. Might well go into the middle as well. I think it does. So there's no problem there. The one just a bit further up near that middle bag, I don't think that one does go, but it will go into the top left corner. So I'd want to try and get rid of these 2 yellows here and then get to the left-hand side of the table. If you can do that, you can pick off those 3 balls from that side. You'd rather be there than the right-hand side of the table. So it's all about get this one up the rail, probably land on the next yellow, so you're going that way towards the top left corner. If you can leave a little angle so you can drop between the 2 yellows that are central,
yeah,
that'd be ideal. Now you see Tom having a look, double checking that goes in that centre, so we're now seeing the plan unfold. I think he's coming downstairs. Yeah, I know this isn't a bad route. It's not ideal, but this makes life easier should he pot that yellow, which he doesn't.
Quite a few mistakes creeping in from both players here.
The shaking head of Tom Jones, yep. He's just replaying that missed yellow in his mind right now. But he's not left Callum tap-ins. And there's no way he's going to play the loss of turn because he'd be leaving Tom a chance. So it's going to have to be a decent finish here from Callum. Ball down the rail. He'd love that other red that's at the bottom of the table to be a bit closer to make it a big bag.
Yeah.
But it's not. But you've got to play it because you get the cue ball over to the side, the left-hand side. Would he miss one down here? Not this time. That's absolutely clean as a whistle. Plant next.
Yeah, can't play him any better than that.
That was a really, really good shot from Callum. He's done well with these.
Yeah, and I like to see this as well, just sort of getting on with it.
Yeah. When you've missed a ball down that rail, to go back and play that, and that was harder than the one he missed, and play it, completely flushed it down there. So, Callum Singleton. A little shaking the head from him. I don't know why. He should be happy now.
Like a lot of really good players, he is a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah. I think it's for the initial miss down the rail. They missed into the corner, but you know, if you, but then you go and pot one that's another couple of levels up from that in the same pocket, then you'd like to think that would erase the memory of the previous one. Anyway, it's Callum leading 3-2 against Tom Jones, and Tom ready and waiting to break. Now, his break's been wonderful all weekend. Crunch. And it is still wonderful. Oh, what a break. What a layout. Reds. Pretty please, can I have those? And that's must be a bit sickening for Callum. You sit there, you think, right, I've got my nose in front again, and then Tom does this blast of a break. Ball's come out, you think, well, it's 3-all.
The ball's in play.
The pace has certainly been picked up now after those opening 3 frames.
Yeah.
That took a great big chunk of clock. Perfect position. Nice angle now just to run the cube one up for his last red into that middle. Has he come far enough? Just, I think. He looks to the sky. I think he's okay. That looks very tight over there. It must slide into that middle. He's having to just bend down a little bit here.
He's recovered really well there.
This is tricky.
Extension call.
Yeah, rightly call your extension. Just having a good look at this. I mean, this to play that into the centre, this will have to be absolutely dead weight.
Room. Not much room.
No. No, that was tight. That's the one you want to be right behind that. And because he fell a little bit short on that ball, his last red into the middle, he couldn't. He had to make sure of the pot first. And of course, by not getting right behind it, that pot looks like made 5 times harder.
Yeah. You need to be so close to those. You know, a lot of.
You don't want to be bringing the cube back very far. You just want it's just a little point and jab.
Dabble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough.
Well, he's played a little funny one up here as Callum. He potted that yellow and wanted to keep the other 2 across the table, and they've sort of bumped into each other and stayed in the middle of the cushion. So he's coming back downstairs here. So there is going to be, again, work for Callum to do. Oh, great shot there from Callum Singleton to nudge them apart. Only thing he's very close to that one on the top rail. Be a bit careful because you're going to have to get your cue up in the air, pop that one along the rail, but what happens is the cue ball hits that top rail and will come straight back at you towards your tip. So it's like you've got to play it and get your cue out the way very rapidly.
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, he got his cue out of the way. But see, the thing is, you can't keep, with that shot, you can't keep your head down because you've got to move everything out of the way. So it's very easy when you know, you've got your cue out of the way, but it's very easy to play it too hard, and that's just what Callum's done. There might be a glimmer of hope for Tom Jones yet in this frame. Fabulous pot from Callum. How's his luck? Not great.
He can still go, but
he's dragging pots out from all over the place here, and he does. Every time he does, he doesn't land on anything easy. Going upstairs for the thing cut into the corner. Oh, way overcut that, and he's just, well, he turns around to have a look and see what is left Tom Jones. And I can tell you, Tom Jones will be very happy with that indeed, because that's the let-off. In goes the black, 3 each. Just north of 18 minutes left, and Tom leaves the arena for a comfort break.
Yeah, sit on that for a minute, Callum, he says.
Yeah. Yeah, just never got into position there from the very outset when he potted his first yellow, Callum Singleton. And that is certainly a bullet dodged by Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, and it's the age-old tactic, isn't it? Little bit of gamesmanship to it, but it'll never change. It has been just done for such a long time now across Q Sports that when you see it happen in snooker all the time, big tight frame, you've just won, I'll pop out for a second.
Yeah.
It's amazing how thirsty you've been for the last hour when something like that happens.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's a test of mental strength for Callum just to hold himself together. And you'll have faced that sort of situation
loads,
hundreds of times. How difficult is it to sort of not be annoyed at what's happening and just sort of stay in the moment?
We've spoken about it. Well, myself and Simon Webb have spoken about it, and one or two times when I know it's been done for a reason to try and annoy me, I was waiting till they come back, and then I said, I'm just going to go now. I think I need to go, and I've done that a couple of times. Yeah, I've done it myself when I've walked out. I've gone down the local pub for an hour, had a ploughman's lunch, then returned. But no, it's and the player was saying, no, my hands are sticky. I just need to wash my hands, or you know,
pull the other one.
Yeah.
I thought for a second that break was absolutely flying into that top left corner pocket from Callum Singleton. He jawed the cue ball. It would have been almost fitting for me, in keeping with what just happened, if that cue ball had gone in off, because often things like that tend to snowball. But it might just have been a boost for him to see it not go in, see that red jiggle its way into the pocket. Maybe he can get himself back on track. It is, after all, still 3-3. This is a very even game. Blow for blow we go.
Yeah, he wouldn't like to pick a winner.
Good job. Yeah, that's nice. Good shape here is 𝗏. Yellow just to the left of the 8-ball plays. Just that tiny bit big. Just has to avoid it, and he'll be on it. Doesn't have to try and do anything fancy here. He could just accept position, take the 8 to right centre. He may do that. Yeah, that's the decision. Didn't overcomplicate it. Kept things simple. This for 4-3. Great response.
Yeah, that was from Callum. He picked himself up off the floor there. And he delivered at the right time, and he's back in front again.
I was waiting to see if he'd walk out of the arena after that.
No, I think he's just content to just get his nose back in front. Showed it didn't bother him when Tom went out.
It's all mind games in psychology, isn't it?
It's a quarter-final of a major tournament.
The game within a game.
You've got to factor them all in. I think you come to, you know, if you're playing deep in these tournaments now, you come to expect it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be sat there thinking, well, when's he going to do it? He's going to do it now, isn't he? No, he's not. And then he does it. But then, let's be honest, sometimes that is genuine. You know, you need to nip to the loo.
Oh, yeah, of course there is. Yeah.
But the percentage of the ones that are actually for that and not for another reason, then, well, it's probably a little high. So, once again, the Jones break delivers balls. He doesn't like it. It's the long yellow into the top corner or nothing, I think, Tom. Unless I don't think Tom wants to play a containing shot. He's 4-3 down. 15 minutes left.
Ooh,
went to use the big bag.
Trouble.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't played. Cool.
Tad short. We went for the double. Now then, that red will still pass that black ball.
This has been such an interesting quarter-final. Just goes to show that sometimes the balls just completely dictate the rhythm of the match. And it's been tough and challenging. And neither player has been able to sort of find themselves regularly in stroke. When the chances have been there, they've been clinical. When they haven't and they've really had to try and force something, it's been tough, heavy going. It's easy to forget this game is hard. It's never quite as easy as a lot of the players make it a lot of the time.
Lost the time.
There is a world in which Callum Singleton clears up from here. It's the right shot from Tom, but Callum can have a bite at this.
Yeah, he will.
Because that 8-ball makes a big pocket.
What he'll try and do here is come into the cushion first.
Yeah.
So you want to
clip
go
it down the rail.
Yeah, you want to go cushion first. So you go just past the middle, hit the cushion.
It's pretty close, this. Oh, just a little bit too far down.
Yeah, you want to be just past the jaw of that middle.
Because he didn't reach a cushion after contact,
Ball
he's
in
going to
hand.
foul.
Plays the plant to stop the cue ball dead. And after this frame, we are going to be down to the old 15-second shot clock as well. Tom might just screw back further and played that thread into the middle instead of the corner, but it's in. Doesn't matter. Well, we are 15 seconds of shot. After this shot that Tom will play with the red. Oh, what did he do there? He just completely lifted off the shot. It's almost as though he hit it when he didn't want to. Let's have a look at this. Well, well, well.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Pretty good from Callum Singleton. Tap of the table from Tom Jones.
Yeah.
He'll be seething.
Yeah, this one's going to really hurt. He doesn't go over the line here because it was purely, I think it was, do you know what I think he was doing there? It'd be interesting if we get to ask him.
Hold on to your hat first. He's
No,
going
I
for
don't want
this.
to.
How's the leave? It's not great.
I think he was going to play and punch that ball into the pocket, and I think he changed his mind on his backstroke.
Yeah.
I thought, no, I'll roll it.
And just decelerated.
And didn't play anything.
Yeah.
No, I really believe that. Oh,
Clutch double from Singleton. Could be a massive, massive frame in the match there. 5-3, Singu leads. Tom Jones will be spitting feathers.
absolutely. Yeah, the smile has disappeared.
Yeah, and every right to be shaking his head there.
But I truly believe that because I've seen it a few times over the years, different players, and done it myself. You'd think, right, I'll just pop that in there because the black's dead over the pocket. And you pop out to, no, I'll just roll it. And then you do nothing and you actually change your mind
Well, it's
as you
just
pull back the cue.
Yeah, it's second guessing yourself, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like when you change your mind on the way to taking a penalty, the penalty you end up taking is never ever as good.
Frame 9.
Clarity of thought, so vital.
Hit 5 frames to 3.
Moments like that.
Very costly.
2-frame cushion is huge. If Callum gets a ball, which he has, he will have the first opportunity to lead by 3 frames. At this stage in the match, 3 frames may be all he needs. 8 minutes and change to go.
Red balls in play.
Played that shot nicely. It's Singu. Perfect position once again. He's galloping around the table now, is Callum. 6-3 is coming right up. As you said, JMO, 3-frame cushion at this stage of the match is massive.
Yeah, we've seen players do silly things. You know, you think of Melling at the last series event and all the rest of it. But it is so difficult to win 3 quick frames like that. Tom Jones wouldn't need to win it in 3 minutes. He's probably going to have 6. But even to do what Melling did at 50% speed, essentially, is really, really tough. It's such a big ask, and even then, it's only going to be enough for a 6-red shootout. Callum Singleton has found form at the right time. He's picked his moment beautifully. And he leads 6 frames to 3 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Long road back.
Yep. Especially his mind's going to be all over the place as well. Still be smarting from that shot. Played a couple of frames ago. Callum Singleton's really double whammied him in spectacular fashion there without breaking out. So basically, Tom Jones needs break and finish here. Nothing else will do.
Tom Jones play.
Nothing else will do but a breaking out.
Best break he's hit all match. He's absolutely leathered those. Gets the ball. Oh, where do you go? Reds look a little tricky. Yellows have a big problem at the top of the table. The 12 ball that's in between those two reds is fiddly, but out it comes. Great shot. Tom's almost looking to kick himself into rhythm here. He's playing at a pace he probably doesn't need to. Wants that to sit. Sit it does. It's a really good shot, actually. Can go 2 ways around this.
Extension course.
The 8 ball to right centre. Ooh, will it?
That's perfect on the double. That's dead straight double. Oof.
6-4.
Yeah. Fighting away.
He wasn't playing to be on the double, I'm pretty sure, but
No.
he'll take it. He'll take it. Still time. But he must really look to have all, if not most chances left in this match. He can probably afford one more Callum visit to the table. He cannot afford Callum to spot an 8 ball. He goes 3 frames away again from here. It's going to be too 𝗡𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗗𝗄𝗏. There is some time left. 4 minutes 57, 2 frames back. Callum to break. 𝗣𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗃. It's not, is it? Oh. Wow. This might be Callum's best break he's hit in the match. Cue ball, absolutely perfect. Loads of power.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the break.
Couple of rattlers, and all of a sudden Tom Jones is bouncing around that table again.
Got to be yellows.
Yellows are really not bad here.
No, take this one and the two at the top.
Just looks like he's just going into the zone a little bit, Tom Jones, doesn't he? Looks so focused.
That's perfect. He can just drop this in and go behind the black, down the table. 𝗍𝗏.
Just pulls up.
It's okay. I thought for a second when he hit it, it was going to go a bit further than that.
Another rapid fire finish off the break. This time off Callum Singleton's break. Tom Jones back within 1. 3:29 to go. I tell you what, that is not far off that melling pace that we spoke about. He broke off at 6:20. It's now 3:29. That is 2.5-minute finishes from Tom Jones. Rapid fire from the Tommy gun. Callum has just taken a minute to go out of the arena, just I think to try and stall some of the Tom Jones momentum, because that train is coming down the tracks. He is downhill right now. And he will be breaking to tie the match. We couldn't have another 6-red shootout, could we?
We could.
Break 12. Break 10-6-25.
3.5 to play. Booming break, makes a ball. Cue ball is going to stay on the table. What's he got to play at? Has he got something? Has he got something? I'm not 100% sure he has.
No, I think it looks a bit bleak. Don't know if that red goes past into the top left, past the yellow. It's only half a bag.
What's he got for us? Loss of turn. Played the yellow, made the red over the hole in the middle pocket, and he's had a little bit of run there because it was a bit of a hit and hope, in all truth, it looked like, from Tom Jones. And I don't think he's left Callum anything nice at all. He's got a red maybe to left centre, which is... Ooh, fancy that. Don't think he can get through to the bottom of the table. We could get through to that one, that was easier. That helps. And reds are tricky. Reds are tricky He's not on his next one, I don't think. Or can he just get through to the bottom of the table? I'm not sure he can. I think he's playing safe. 2 minutes left.
How different this match would be for Tom.
He's not covered the pocket.
If he hadn't lifted off the cue that frame a couple of frames ago.
Well, Callum Singleton is essentially hedging here. He said, right, you got 2 minutes. This is a really difficult layout. I've done my bit. All the best. Is it less difficult now? I think it is. The yellow at the bottom of the table is his biggest problem. It's the 10 ball, bottom right corner pocket. They play short position on this one. That's nice. Minute and 30 seconds to go. Oh, he's overdone it. That should do it.
Yeah, that'll be that.
For Callum Singleton.
Look at he's got the balls over the pockets here.
He just has to pot open balls and this is over. Use the beeps. He's got 3 balls in complete open table. This is done. Oh, a nervy one.
Yeah.
A nervy one. He's a very, very composed player, Callum Singleton. It's a quality I've admired in him for a long time. Got a lot of bottle out there.
Yep.
He's managing the clock well. Tom Jones may have a swing.
No.
Just not enough
It's gonna
time.
be 20 seconds.
Oh, less than.
Well, it'll be less because the balls won't stop moving. Hit this ball hard.
Yeah. Covers the hole. Oh, he doesn't really. Can Tom Jones pull out a miracle? 14 seconds left. 10 seconds left. He wouldn't have needed much time. Callum Singleton goes to the European Open semi-final, where he will meet his Pairs Cup champion partner, Josh Kane. Tom Jones falls at the quarter-final stage. He gave it everything, but it wasn't quite enough to topple Singhu, who is through to a semi-final here in the European Open.